everybody. Welcome back to another segment of Summer Sunday School, where today we take a closer look at the last fruit of the Spirit.
We worked our way through all of them.
So crazy. So we've tackled love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and today we're going to tackle self-control. Now, I'm not saying that we can rank the fruits of the Spirit, but out of all of them, self-control is probably the most important and probably the hardest to practice, right? All right, so way back in the beginning, Chef Eiffel joined us and he showed the fruit of the Spirit that was represented by self-control as the cherry on top, right? And he said that if you don't practice self-control, you're going to end up with a big belly because you'll just keep eating and eating and eating and eating and eating. So,
especially if it's on top of an ice cream and not on top of a fruit salad.
So, if you remember, Jamie, speaking of self-control,
oh boy,
last week when we went grocery shopping, for youth group, you had how many things on your list?
Like 4. It was chocolate bars, graham crackers, marshmallows, and Reese's peanut butter cups for s'mores.
So you were just having a bonfire, right?
Yep.
A get together. That's all you needed because you didn't have this big party. When we got up to the checkout counter, Jamie, how many things were in that cart?
I don't know the exact number, but it was probably closer to 24. And then just don't go to the grocery store hungry.
Okay.
That is the lesson that is
So
here.
you stopped down the snack aisle to get some of the things and you were like, ooh, Cheez-Its and Doritos and chips. And if you have chips, you need to have dip. And then, that led to,
I feel like this is some big shaming of my grocery shopping habit.
And salsa. And then, some kids might want cheese to go with it instead. So
and then we had to get a drink.
And then you needed soda. And you were like, well, we should really get 3 kinds of soda because that's what we stock at the fridge at church. And then, we needed water. It just kept piling up because we did not stick to the 4 things on that list. We had no self-control that day when we went to the grocery store.
Self-control of a toddler.
It went
easily the self-control
The cherry on top was like, nope, done.
Yeah, there was definitely no fruit.
So self-control, why do we need to practice it?
Well, self-control is being in control, being in charge of your emotions, being in charge of your actions, being in charge of your thoughts, making sure that they are all under control, easy to do. You think of a toddler. They do not have the ability yet to have self-control. So they fall down, they scrape their knee just a little bit. What do? Scream uncontrollably. Like you think maybe a bone is sticking out, they're crying so hard, but no, they just have a small little skin knee. As we get older, we learn self-control. We learn how to keep our emotions in check. We learn how to react to things in a way that is good and pleasing. Yeah,
so as we see ways that we can keep our thoughts, actions, and words in control, we need to show others that we can do that because without it, our life is chaos. It is out of control. We were talking before we started recording this of a balloon. When you let go of a balloon, whether it's just a normal filled one or helium filled, do you have control of it? Can you aim it at a target and have it hit the target?
No, it goes all over the place.
It's going to go all over the place. And if we are not in control of ourselves, that's exactly what we become. We become a balloon that is out of control. We can drift off. We tend to think of ourselves over others. We don't live God-pleasing lives. We hurt others by our thoughts, words, and actions. All of this, by not having self-control, we can cause destruction and hurt feelings, and we can really do a lot of damage.
And there's nothing that the devil loves more than finding people who are lacking self-control, because he knows that that is a foothold that he can get where he can control then the way that you are acting. And he knows then that you are no longer living a life that is pleasing to God, but instead a life that pleases him.
So we see that even our God shows and practices self-control because when we're out of control, he probably really just wants to and be done with us, but he doesn't. He shows us love and forgiveness, and he continues to just show us grace and mercy, just like we should. We have to think, stop and think. I know we've talked about that in some of our other fruits of the Spirit. We have to stop and think, so that we can get a better hold on our thoughts, words, and actions. And guess what? We don't have to do it alone. Because as we have said time and time again, in our baptism, we are given the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is our guide and help to get us through and give us the strength and courage we need to control our thoughts, words, and actions so that we can live a God-pleasing life, and our outwardness shows others that we do have Jesus in us and that we're not out of control.
Absolutely, because when we are under control, when we are exhibiting self-control, all of these other fruits of the Spirit get to shine. And when those fruits of the Spirit shine, we are pointing others to Jesus, and that is exactly what we have been created to do, to show others God, who God is and how much he loves them.
So the next time you're in the grocery store, you might joke about showing
self-control,
but it is a great place to start showing self-control because the rest of it will all fall in place. So like Jamie said, that you can show others just how loving, merciful, forgiving, gracious, powerful our mighty God really, truly is. All right, Jamie, we are out of fruits of the Spirit.
We're out of fruit.
So love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Which means next week we are going to review all 9 of those to see if you guys can remember what each one of them means and just continue to live a life that is rich in the fruit of the Spirit. We'll see you then.